Hello everybody and welcome to our Tech Tuesday tutorials number 28. Today we go into the Explore feature in Google Spreadsheets and how you can use it to analyze your data. Right, so what is the Explore feature? You can find it in the bottom right hand corner of any spreadsheet. Click over there and it opens up the Explore panel, and within there you get some basic graphing, some formatting, and a space for you to ask some questions. So at the minimum, you can just come in here and quickly click on a format and it formats your table with banding and headers and everything else like that. You can even edit it to make it customized and so on. So you'll notice that this changes based on what I select. So if I just select one column here, it automatically gives me the sum, the average, minimum, maximum, and how many counts of items are in that area. So I don't actually have to do a formula just to get this number, especially if I don't want it to be displayed all the time. I can just quickly select this and say the average was 4,500. Or in this case, I select this and say the most that was ever made was 7,349. I mean, that's very quick and very just easy to do without having to modify your form or modify your spreadsheet in any way. But you can also come in here and ask it questions or even just a request for it to do something. So let's say I want a line chart. So I'll just come in here and type a line chart of date, projected, and notice it even helps suggest a certain field, and actual. So there we go. There's a line chart with these items in there, and I can go in here and say insert chart, and I've got the chart done. Or I can just look at it and not place it in there at all. So that's pretty dang handy. Let's take a look at another example. So in this example, this is a spreadsheet that we have that we use for our IRC. It tracks our visitor count per day. Let's say I wanted to get better insights on this, and I needed to know what day of the week do we have the most visitors on, right? So I go and hit Explore, and really I just type in what day of the week has the most visitors. And that day is Wednesday with 866 visitors. That's kind of crazy. I can even go in there and see the formula if I want. Let's say I want to ask it something else. I want a bar chart, but I can't put all these items in there. They'll be way too big, but maybe a bar chart of average visitors by day of the week, right? I don't even have a field for average visitors yet. I mean, it's there, but it hasn't been calculated in any way. So I go in there and I type that and I hit enter. There's my bar chart, and I go and I click insert chart. So there you go. That's pretty strong. I mean, it's very strong and very easy to do. You should try this with your own data. There's so many things you can do with this. So let's take a look at one more example. Okay, so here's a third chart that has just some sample data for World Cup information, right? So I can do something very quickly here with Explore and just simply say, who are the top winners? Now, if I do singular, it's just going to give me the top winner, which was Brazil, with 5 wins. 5 times it showed up, unique times it showed up. Or top winners, then it shows me the top 5 ones that are there. And again, I can see a formula there if I want to. This is the kind of stuff I would not want to have to figure out how to do. But it gives it to me in no time. Right, so that's pretty easy to use. Let's say I wanted to take this data, and I didn't want to leave it in Sheets though, and I wanted it in my presentation or something like that. Of course, you can copy this information and then go in here to your presentation and just paste it directly onto the screen, right-click paste or Control-V. But this is unique. When you paste, it's now going to ask you, do you want to link to the spreadsheet or paste unlinked data, just raw data? Now, linking to the spreadsheet is actually pretty awesome. If you're an editor, you can actually update this table as things change. So I can go in here and hit paste, and this is now, a basic table. You can format it, you can move things around and so on. You can change the fonts and everything else about it in case you need it to be a little bit larger for your presentation. Done. But let's say that the data actually changes. I'm going to go back over here, and for this one, I'm going to add another field. I'm going to try, let's say 6, 5, 17, and we're projecting 7,000. And let's say we get 7,567, right? Let's also make another change, and let's say that we are actual on the first one was actually completely off. We only made 1,765. Come back into this. When I click on this, there is now a button that says Update Table. And if I do that, then it updates it. The only thing is it doesn't include the added row because that is an additional row that was not part of the range that was pasted in there before. But if I click on the 3 little dots up there, I can go change range, and then it's going to pull that up. It's currently pulling from sheet 1, cell A1 to C10. And if I come back in here, you'll see that I went to C11 because I added an additional row. So I'll come back in there and make that one little change, C11, and it's now going to refresh anything that gets put into that one. Now, I may have to come in here and format it again because I formatted everything differently in here, but that's a minor change that I have to do to fix anything. Most of the time, though, the actual range that you're pulling into a presentation stays the same. It's just the data within that range that seems to change here and there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this useful. If you did, go ahead and click on that like button. Heck, why not support us and click on that subscribe button? Share this video with your friends, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.